Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the Jason Daniel podcast. Thanks for joining us. I'm finally getting a bit of a roll on with this podcast and pulling my finger out. So the boys from Before You Speak Coffee, the co-founders Jaryd and Ash popped in to say hello. So we thought we'd throw on the mic and instead of just talking one-on-one, throw on the podcast and have a chat. So how are you boys?
Very well. Thanks for having us on.
That's all right. So we've been talking a lot lately, so it's good to kind of talk behind the microphone.
Yeah, it's good to be down here. Good to check out the place.
Yeah, thanks.
First time down, seeing where it all happens, so it's good.
Thanks, boys. I need to come to your office next and check it out, get a tour.
For sure.
So I thought, I'm really interested. We've kind of known each other for quite a few months now and helping each other out, working together, and which is a big thing, I think, in this industry. But I actually don't know much about the backstory of Before You Speak and how it started, where you boys are from. Give me a little spiel. Tell me about it.
Yeah, cool. So we're just ticked over 19 months on the market. So
yeah, wow,
our second birthday is in July. So still early days for us, but we guess we came up with the concept a little over 2.5, close to 3 years ago now. So it took us about 12 months to get to market. We just used to look at, I used to have a lot of different business ideas. I used to call up Ash and be like, what about this? What about this?
Yeah.
And then being a personal trainer back when I had my PT company, I saw an opportunity in the market because I used to drink a lot of Moccona, and Ash and I were always mixing different things in with our instant coffee as well to try and get those health benefits and sort of get more out of it. Did a little bit of market research and there wasn't much around, so kind of took the idea and ran with it.
Yeah, great.
And our background is sports nutrition, so I guess a product like this really resonated with us. We were like, cool, no one's doing this.
I'm a massive fan. I drink it every morning before I train too. So I know, the benefits are phenomenal, and I need it. It's I love it.
The morning.
Yeah, and that new creamer I just put in is great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Been on the market a couple of weeks now, so we sold out the first lot in 48 hours, which is
that's mental.
Always a positive.
That's great. And where are you from? Are you both from Townsville?
That's how we met. So I lived in Townsville for 10 years. I went up there for uni. I'm from Harvey Bay. So
cool. I used to race there actually. I know Harvey Bay well.
But I went up to Townsville for uni. And my job while I was at uni was working security. And that's how I met Jaryd.
Because we both did security together at the nightclubs up there.
Yeah,
so
cool.
I grew up on Magnetic
Kept them under
Island.
control.
Yeah.
I think we were looser than the people coming in the club.
Yeah, so I'm a chippy by trade. So when I was on my apprenticeship,
me too.
I was $7 an hour. I just wasn't cutting it. So weekends,
I know that feeling.
Friday,
bro.
Saturday, Sunday, I'd go and do security at the clubs. That's where Ash and I met.
Yeah, cool.
Kind of remained fairly good friends since then.
Yeah, cool. And have you? What did you finish your apprenticeship?
Yeah. So finished my apprenticeship. I was a carpenter, including my apprenticeship for 6 years.
Yep.
Hated it.
Yep.
Needed to find something else. I ended up moving out. Well, Ash actually got me a job in sports nutrition. I had my own company, construction company, where I'd do Monday to Friday doing that. And then Saturday, Sunday, I'd work weekends at Australian Sports Nutrition, which is where Ash is.
Yeah, Grant, that's where you were studying. And then, cool.
I've been in there. So I studied exercise physiology and business at uni and finished those, and I guess never really used the pieces of paper.
As always.
Yeah, I guess we've found ourselves here now. So
that's great. And the story of you look at the coffee, the packaging, the marketing, everything you guys are doing is super on point. How long did it take to actually develop, and how many samples, and because it's a long road to starting something and starting a business and just taking that leap. And was there struggles along the way to get it off the ground? Yeah,
we certainly had our obstacles like any startup. In terms of actually like product formulation, packaging, we had a fairly good run. We were quite lucky there. It didn't take us a whole lot of time.
We were only just having this conversation with someone yesterday. They asked us about the logo.
Yep.
So that logo cost us $30 on Fiverr. And it was the first one that we saw.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same as our first logo. $30.
Yep. So, same with the name. It was kind of the first thing that came up. We didn't like speaking to people in the morning before we've had our coffee, and the name just kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's a great concept because I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Need your coffee.
we threw around a few different names, but nothing stuck. Like we just kept always coming back to Before You Speak. So
yeah.
I guess like you said, like with the marketing point, there's so much to play on the name as well.
Yeah.
Not just the product. So
yeah, that's
obviously
great.
a benefit.
And did you guys start it in Townsville? Did you guys move, because you guys are living in Brisbane now, did you start it in Townsville then move down, or?
I was already living in Brisbane.
Yep.
I actually at the time I was sitting on the sunny coast. Yeah.
Yep.
And Jaryd was still up in Townsville.
Yeah, I was still in Townsville, still had my personal training company up there.
Yep.
And then we were toying with the idea, and actually we got the ball rolling with it, getting samples and stuff.
Yep.
And then I ended up selling out of my personal training company and moving down to the sunny coast with Ash to get things off the ground. So we launched it when we were living up there, and shortly after we moved down to Brisbane.
Yeah, great. And I mean, to talk a little bit about where you guys are at now, how many stockists are you in? I know you guys are, Australia wide, and you're growing internationally as well. Have you? Where are you guys at with that? Because it's definitely doing amazing.
Stockists in Australia are at about 600, just over 600 now.
Yeah, wow.
Growing quickly as we enter into more channels.
Yep.
Obviously, we've got our e-commerce business, which is pretty much a 50-50 split between the two, which is cool.
Yep, that's great.
We've found a nice little balance between having both.
Yep.
And then, overseas, obviously, our e-commerce business, what are we at? We've sold to 43 countries.
Yeah, 43 countries now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But our big focus, like we're going over next week, is for the US.
Yeah, great. Yeah, because you guys are going on a 3-week trip to the US,
just
Singapore.
Under. So, we're off to Singapore on Tuesday, and then we've got a couple of days there. We've just got a distributor set up. So, he's going to push us all through Southeast Asia.
Yeah, that's great.
Be awesome. And then we're back to LA to meet with a few guys that we work with over there. We've got quite a few meetings set up. Like that market's kind of primed, ready to push into for us. So this is just finalising a few things, and then it's game on. Yeah,
that's amazing. And I mean, you guys must have a great team looking after the show while you're travelling the road too.
Yeah, we do. We've gotten lucky with who we've hired so far. Obviously, that's, we were talking about it before we jumped on. It's, hiring the right people that really want to buy into the vision of what we're trying to achieve. And the guys that we are building out our team now too. We're very conscious of, as we enter into these new markets, that it can't just be Jaryd and I doing all the heavy lifting all the time. So we have to put some of that responsibility onto other people in the team.
Yes, 100%.
But so far, so good.
Yeah. So like in December, there was just the two of us in the office. And then since then, I think we've just got another hire this week. We're up to about 8 people working for us all up now.
Yeah, that's quick. So that's amazing.
It's growing quickly, and like Ash said, we've been very lucky with our staff so far. So
that's great.
A good little crew.
That's great. And I mean, this you've just developed this new product, Creamer, which I mean, I'm loving it, drinking it right now. How long did it take to develop a product like this? How long did you guys work on it for to bring it to market?
I guess once we came up with the concept of, in Australia, creamers, I guess, aren't necessarily that popular.
Yep.
But in the US, they are so.
Yes. 100%.
Popular. So
every service station, they have a ton of creamers when you're over there.
So we
gas
started
station.
Toying around with that idea, and then we wanted to put our twist to it. Obviously, we don't want to just do the run of the mill thing all the time. So, dairy free, sugar free, using a blend of fats. So MCTs, coconut, and avocado oil. So a fair bit of a point of difference. Obviously, the flavors are cool.
Yeah, the flavors are great.
But like our guy that we use to make all our stuff, like he's a guru. So we only went through a couple of iterations of the flavor.
That's
rock and
great.
roll.
Makes our life easy.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, what you've done with it is I mean, I've just tried it then, and I'm going to go through those tabs pretty quick.
But it also is like helps satisfy a growing customer base for us too, in that whole keto performance biohacking, I guess you want to call it, community. Where intermittent fasting or that way of life with a high fat diet and stuff like that. We were finding ourselves getting tagged or approached by a lot of those kind of people. And we didn't really set out with the coffee to cater to that market. So I guess that product then lends itself perfectly for
aligns with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink a coffee before I work out in the morning, and I sometimes won't eat for a couple of hours after. So I kind of almost use it as a bit of intermittent fasting as well. So
the good thing about being a small company, I guess, is the ability to adapt and listen to the market rather than try to tell them what they want. Like listen to the feedback that we're getting across through our social channels, through our emails. Just getting out there and talking to people, expos.
We've done that from the start. Like we never, when we first started, we didn't set out to do flavor variations or anything like that. We just wanted to bring out different formulas, like different kinds of coffee. But the market was like, no, give us flavors.
Yeah. Your customers are your number one.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's really important to be able to, listen and not be so hard-headed.
That's a good thing about with where we're at, where I guess we've got an early mover advantage with our products. We don't really have too many competitors, so
which is great.
Getting out there, expanding our footprint, listening to the market, and really adapting
and pushing
to
it as quick as possible.
Yeah. Operating at speed's the number one thing for us.
Yeah, great. And I mean, I know you guys have got a lot of ambassadors, and everyone kind of talks about social media marketing and influencer marketing. Everyone does and dabbles in it from different walks of life of brands. Actually, it's the biggest thing happening right now. You guys have got a lot of great ambassadors. Did they come to you? Did you approach them? I mean, you've got such a unique product too. So
I guess we've got a lot of. I guess we had a really good network, which has allowed us to sort of kick into the influencer marketing space. I've got a fair bit of experience there in my past business as well.
Yep.
And then I guess now it's a lot of people come to us. We haven't done a whole lot of outreach.
Yep.
I guess which speaks for the brand and what's been happening for us, which is good.
Yeah.
But it also gives us the upside and the leverage when we're dealing with them.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and we're constantly tweaking things. Like it's still early days. We've just kind of restructured our entire ambassador program this month.
Yep.
And then we'll kick things on with that and have, I guess, set targets and tiers and how we deal with those differently.
Yep.
In our marketing approach.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's evolving so fast too, this whole space. So you're constantly rejuggling, restructuring different
what was working
departments.
6 months isn't necessarily working today.
No. Well, look at Instagram's algorithms already changed.
It's a resource thing too, like being able to do a good ambassador program takes time.
Correct.
And hours.
Well, we're constantly reworking our one as well. It's it's an evolving platform, and you're really trying to find the right people that fit your culture and your brand and your mission statement. And you don't just want you want that right person.
Yeah, you want to be able to build a relationship with that ambassador, so they're representing your brand properly. So.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll just the same thing. Yeah, it is. It's finding the people that believe in what you're doing and love it and are passionate, just as passionate as you are. I think that's the biggest 100%. Thing. You're putting your heart and soul, your team's putting all the work in. You want to find the ambassadors that see the same vision as you do as well. So.
Yeah, you can see pretty quickly the people that kind of really believe in what you're doing and want to deliver value to you as well and really work with you as opposed to...
And that's a long-term thing you want to play too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, cool. And I mean, what's next for you guys? I mean, you're going on a big trip. I mean, what's the plans in Australia market? I mean, you're going international.
So we've got a lot of things going on, obviously. So we've got this trip setting up with our distributor over in Singapore, getting that pushed out, get that happening. And we've got obviously the US, but back in Australia, we're working on a lot of new product developments, building out the team. We've got, I guess we're testing this week actually with like biodegradable pods. That'll be Nespresso machine compatible.
Yeah, that's great.
So moving into that space, we get a lot of demand from the corporate market and from hotel chains and stuff. So exploring that. And then we've also been working on probably the past 12 months an RTD, single serve RTD that can then go into say your FMCG channels.
And what is that? I don't actually know.
Sorry, like RTD is like ready to drink. So
ready to drink. Okay.
Yeah, like single serve on water. We're going to put it next to your ice break or whatever.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yep.
So those kind of things, they're great for brand awareness. It's never really about, there's not huge profit margins in it, but it's getting in front of a whole lot more people, getting them to experience the brand awareness and then going mainstream with what we're doing.
Which is a big thing for us in the second half of this year, is to get ourselves out of the fitness industry a little bit.
Yep.
We've fallen into that category because
that's the low-hanging fruit for us. It's who we know. It's what we know.
And I think I've experienced it personally with growing up, wanting to become a professional motocross racer, and I still have a huge passion for the sport. But expanding, more than just that reach, and knowing with, our vision of chasing the vibe, you don't just have to do one thing. You can do a number of things.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
But you also got to remember, how important the heritage was, because that's what you're so passionate about. But at the same time, you do want to expand that, and it's that we've found it's that happy medium you need to play as well.
And you guys, we're very much a lifestyle brand, so it's catering to that wider demographic. I guess coffee is something that is so widely consumed. Everybody drinks coffee. We can then, I guess, target subcultures within that as we bring out different products, different SKUs, and then sort of play in different spaces. So we're very conscious of building that brand rather than just being a product-based business.
Yeah. I mean, what you've done with your logo and the packaging, it speaks brand as well. That's, people, I know, I've got quite a few friends that drink it, and it's talked about like a brand, and you're hearing it from another side. It's talked about as a brand. Almost need to be drinking in the morning before you exercise or before you start your day. So, you guys have built something amazing, because I listen to the market as well and what they're talking about it, and you hear it, secondhand from other friends or consumers talking about it. And you've definitely, you can see that's on the rise with that. I mean, you guys are super focused, which is epic. Like, I'm looking forward to the next chat in another 12 months time with you. I mean, we chat all the time, but have you found, I know that a lot of people, I'm personally interested in it, because, we all make mistakes along the journey, and it's the only way we learn is to, and grow is by making mistakes, and then, admitting it and then moving forward. I mean, what's some mistakes that you guys have learned that has been a huge shift? You may not have made many, but just the little things that helped you to get to improve your product or...
For sure. I think one of the bigger ones for us is we tried to go too big too early in terms of inventory, which really, in the first 7 months, we really stuffed ourselves with cash flow. We're ambitious individuals, so we're like,
I've made that mistake.
We'll be able to do this. And then it really tied things up, and we were so tight, we struggled to have anything for marketing or that sort of thing. So we're lucky where we'll be able to leverage people for the marketing side of things, but we're definitely a little bit too ambitious with the amount of product and stock that we ordered for the first batch.
Hey, it's. I know the feeling. I've made that same mistake a number of times, and you can overorder stock because you just believe in it so much, and it happens. Yeah,
I guess.
And it's glad you learned it so early in the game too, because it can happen for people's anytime.
And I think just having more patience is a big thing. Nothing happens as fast as what you want it to. And being more analytical around where you're spending your money too, especially in marketing, which is why social media is actually pretty good. Like with ad sets and stuff, you can really see what's going on. Like we were throwing money around on different deals and collabs with people and stuff, going, this will work really good. And then
you don't get any data on it actually working.
Throwing a lot of money out the window.
So we're getting heaps better at that.
That's great. I mean, it is a powerful tool, social media, and it's talked about, but it's definitely a huge tool to actually know your data and know your consumer and know your return on your investment. I mean, it's another conversation you can talk about for hours with the power of social media marketing. But also making sure you're sending the right message at the same time. No, that's great. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that, because it's hard to share that sort of stuff. But I know that, my little brother, I asked him for advice on, hey, how do I improve this podcast? What do I do? And he's like, people love to learn about this stuff. And when I'm listening to podcasts, it's always good to learn of how what they made along the journey to learn from it.
It humanises you as well.
Yeah.
People don't want to just see the end picture. They want to understand the journey of how you got there, because they're like yourself. Like we've done our trades. We've done things where we just weren't passionate and weren't enjoying our lives. And we started from, I could put a post on my Instagram, I think last week. I think when we were kick-starting, I was in 50 grand of personal debt.
Actually, I read that.
Lost 100 grand on my house to sell it just because I overcapitalized it. And then it's like building from the ground up to sort of just putting in the work to get back on our feet. And then the growth comes after that. Yeah,
that's amazing. Congrats. I did read that. And appreciate you sharing that, because it's a long journey and you do make mistakes, and to come out of that and what you guys have done is phenomenal. I'm a huge fan, so I'm excited to see where the next 12 to 3 years go. 12 months to 3 years, not 12.
It's an exciting journey. Things definitely move quickly and adapt. So I don't think we could even predict what things are going to look like in 12 months' time at this point.
Mate, just keep grinding.
So quick.
Yeah, just keep grinding. I mean, We're keeping these chats pretty quick, which is good. I mean, a lot of them go for close to an hour, but we're keeping them quite quick and sharp. I mean, I know you guys just popped in, so I really appreciate your time, and good luck overseas. And I'm sure we'll be catching up super soon. And yeah, appreciate you listening in to our listeners. And yeah, thanks, boys. You're legends.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
No worries, man. Cheers.
Awesome.